Game over. It is game over.
Game over, cancer.
I'm Val Solomon, Director of Program Impact at Cannonball Kids Cancer Foundation.
And I'm Dana Nichols, Executive Director of CKC.
Game Over, Cancer, a podcast dedicated to exploring conversations about pediatric cancer research, solutions, and inspiring family stories.
We're a nonprofit dedicated to creating innovative treatment options for kids fighting cancer and educating for change.
By creating a space for these conversations, we empower the community to take action and provide tangible hope.
Game over, cancer. Screw you, cancer. Well, today's episode is all about finding your soulmates.
S-O-L-E.
It's a pun.
A pun?
On an audio medium.
I don't know if you've heard of that before, but also we love a pun.
We love a pun, we love a bit. And for the very first time, CKC is signed up as a benefiting charity with 2026 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend presented by State Farm. And so we have 100 runners who said we're their charity soulmate, SOULMATE, and they're fundraising for us. So we're talking to two of them today. We learned a lot about how to run with all your heart for a charity for yourself and with a community.
And I'll tell you what, they believe that we can run.
I was just going to say, do you feel like after this episode, you feel like you could run?
I feel like I'm closer.
Okay. Well, we hope anyone out there who's hoping to get closer to their running passion gets there after this episode today. And I think, as always, if it's not running, find what fits you. And that's the best part about what we're talking about today is find things that light you up. And then to have your philanthropy come alongside it is really, really beautiful. So enjoy. Well, one of our guests today, Stephanie, has been running for more than 15 years, but she's gotten consistent within the last 3. That spark for her love of the sport was lit by runDisney, and she hasn't looked back since. She's now completed 5 marathons with numbers 6 and 7 on the books for later this year. Our other guest, Meghan, has completed 3 marathons, her 4th and 5th on deck, 10 half marathons, and more fun runs than she can count. I'm going to go into the real stuff, but we'll just say, how many have you done? 0.
Not that many. Less than that.
So we're glad the experts are here because today, 2 people from our runDisney committee are running in the 2026 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend presented by State Farm, and they are raising money for CKC while they do it. So please welcome Meghan and Stephanie.
Yay!
Thanks, ladies. Hi.
Welcome. We are so excited to talk to you guys today. Number 1, you're just really cool people and we love you. But number 2, I think you have some really great input to give listeners who are either maybe interested in running for charity or maybe they are runners and just never have done runDisney before. So we can talk about a whole lot of different things. But we wanted to start with, for each of you, what's the moment that everything clicked for you and you knew you were a runner? And who wants to go first?
You mean like the very first time?
The very first time. Yeah, take us all the way back.
I guess the first time was my first marathon in 2012, just on a whim, decided to run a marathon. I had done a 5K, a 10K, a half at that point, just one each, I think. And I just called my friend Chris and I was like, what do you think? And we trained together, which that really helped. I feel like helped get me to that finish line. I had somebody who was just constantly there when I was struggling or didn't want to train. Like he was always there to support me and help me out on those runs. And he definitely helped me too. Mile 21, when usually mile 20 to 22, you definitely hit that wall. And I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to finish this. It's fine. He got me through that. And then shortly after, a mile later, it's like you completely change your mindset and you're like, feel unstoppable at that point. And that's what really gets you to that finish line. And you just cross it and there's literally nothing like that runner's high.
Yeah. So you felt like you weren't even a runner yet. You had like all those races under your belt. Yeah. You're like, for an amateur, I'm not really even a runner yet.
I know, which it's silly when you think about it like that, because any distance you do, whether it's a 5K, 10K, or half, you're a runner. Doesn't matter your pace either. You are out there running, which means you are a runner.
But for you, it felt
for
like,
me, yeah. You have different standards sometimes in your head. You know what I mean? And But for me, that first marathon, I feel like I just felt like I could conquer anything at that point.
Awesome. And Meghan, what about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Probably my first ever 5K and then my first marathon are the two that stick out to me the most. My first 5K was a color run in DC. And the idea of running 3 miles consecutively was like, whoa. And now I do marathons. So it's like wild how that can change so quickly. But the runner's high is real and addicting.
Yes.
But I think the most special moment was my first marathon. I did New York City in 2015. I actually trained with my coach. So I had that same like encouragement all along the way in training. On race day, she got sick around mile 11 and was like vomiting every mile.
Oh my
it
gosh.
was really scary. But we were both able to finish and we got to the end. And after the finish line, she reaches over and grabs my hand and is like, who's the coach now?
Yeah.
And I was
my
just
God.
like, oh my goodness. Cause like it really was like we
Yeah.
helped each other all through training, but then like that unexpected sort of role reversal. But like that's what
It's
running to me
incredible.
is too, is like the community
Yes.
aspect of it all. Like you're really like, it's an individual sport, which makes it easy and accessible, but it really is like the community, especially with runDisney,
Yeah.
that you're going to get. So
Wow, that's
I'm already ready to cry.
I
didn't
know.
see that
I have
coming at all.
goosebumps because I'm not going to lie. When you first started telling that story, I was like, yeah, if I'm getting sick in the middle of the race,
We're
that's kind of
done.
it for me.
yeah.
Not like I just wish somebody would tell me the right thing to like keep me going.
Yeah.
But that's to me, I think why the question, right? Like when did you feel like a runner? When did you feel like you had this, not, unreachable amount of like, I can continue to do this. Like, where do you get the fortitude? I think for people who haven't reached that yet, it's very hard to understand. How do you run a marathon? I can't even run a mile, but every runner goes through that.
Yeah, for sure. And even like every training block is different. Like, you train for months and months for a marathon, but then the race is over. And if you want to run another marathon, you have to do it again. So it's definitely consistency.
You're never an expert.
Right.
It sounds like.
And you learn something new while you're training for every race, whether it is a marathon or what I love about running too is like you can have goals within goals. Because after my marathon that I just did, I was like, well, now I want to get faster for my 5K. So like that was another goal you can set. So that's also what I love about running is just like it's you're never really an expert because you can learn from the community as well. But you can set different goals.
I love it. I love that. So you guys are obviously very passionate about running. And now you are you're involved with CKC, and we know you're passionate about that as well. So tell us a little bit.
Probably more.
Just kidding. So tell us a little bit about how you got involved with CKC and how this sort of came together for you.
Yeah. So I have been in cancer research advocacy as a volunteer for pretty much my whole life since I was 12. I did my first Relay for Life with the American Cancer Society. Later in my career, I worked in their advocacy office. And it was actually a friend from DC who introduced me to Dana. And she shared CKC's mission. And it was just something that like I latched onto right away. Especially when it comes to pediatric cancer research. It's one of sort of the lesser funded areas. And I think you guys are really leading the way to say, hey, what can we do as everyday citizens to kind of step up and fill that gap? So I think that mission is so inspiring and I wanted to be a part of it. And then you added the runDisney component and I was like, sold, let's do this.
Well, I think that's what we love is we're going to go meet. I just want to hear about your life because I want to hear about how we fit together. And so when we start talking and then it's, oh, I love Disney. Oh, I'm a runner. Let me tell you something. And so it's really awesome whenever we can find fits. And especially like you say, like this is something that's already your passion your whole life of cancer research. And now this other, not just fun hobby that you do sometimes, like something else you're very passionate, doubling down is so fun. It just is exciting. And I think it's so awesome to get someone new connected to CKC like that. And then you're a little different.
I know.
Should we do a disclaimer?
I know. I feel like we should because like,
it's odd no one's mentioned it yet.
We haven't mentioned.
It was like, wait, do I say like?
So Stephanie is my best friend in the whole world. And so for me, she's had to come along to CKC just the way my husband does, which is, we're family, you're coming in.
I'm always going to support whatever you are doing.
But I feel like with CKC, you've really taken it to a different level. And that makes me so happy that something I'm involved in means that much to you. And so much of then seeing RunDisney from the charity perspective came from the first time you had done it with a different charity several years ago, and really made me feel like, we could do this.
Yeah.
And knowing that we had several people in our community, whether that be our founder or one of our longtime donors, and then you, and then new people coming on being like, I'm super into that, made me get really excited that anyone who was passionate about both of these things, it was going to like rocket ship go. And it has.
Absolutely. And as a person in nonprofit space, let me tell you the magic that happens when one of your friends or family members actually does love the mission that you're working on.
Yes.
Because there is a difference in the way that, folks show up in the mission, whether they're your friend or not. But when someone comes alongside what you're doing and they're absolutely passionate about it, you can see the light that comes from that. And so it's been really neat to see that for you guys, and to see how having an impact with CKC has kind of, not strengthened. You guys are tight, but like, it's another cool thing about your friendship,
it's another layer. Yeah. We like that.
So talk about what it's been like. You have been a runner and now you're connected with CKC. What's that been like going from CKC as just I'm going, it's something I'm interested in, I'm a donor, and now I'm going to run as well. These two passions are coming together. Talk about what that's been like.
So I previously ran under a charity bib. So like I already have a bit of experience with how amazing it is to take one of your passions and then merge them together. It just makes it that much more special when you reach your goal, because you are now putting weight to those miles that you've run. And also it's so great to be able to share this with family and friends who aren't as aware of the mission too. Mm-hmm. So being able to share my love of running and then also the philanthropic side of things, merging those two together, it's just been incredible.
That's fantastic. It's like another level of how does your social network or your family like show up for you is then acknowledging this other piece.
Exactly.
Too. Yeah.
I wonder too if it feels easier because it's running or if it's harder because raising money is scary.
Fundraising is hard. I feel like no one really talks about how hard it is to ask for money.
We talk about it a lot. But
we won't shut up about it.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of people just think like, oh, you sign up for a race under a charity bib and it's super easy. And it's definitely not. You have to make sure you're constantly out there just sharing the mission of the subs, in this instance, CKC. But I feel like it's genuine. Mm-hmm. So people see that where they do want to donate. They want you to reach your goal as well as them to then feel good about donating as well.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Meghan, what's it been like for you? Because I know you're very active both as an advocate in the cancer space, but also, what's it been like layering your passion for running with the advocacy side and raising not just funds, but also, talking to people about a mission that you value. What's that been like? Is there a difference?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, finish lines especially are always emotional. I don't know about you, but I'm a crier at the finish line every time. But when you're doing it for a cause that you believe in, it's even more emotional and impactful because you're thinking about the people in your community who have supported you, maybe the people in your community, in this case, who have been affected directly by childhood cancer. And so you're kind of carrying them with you on all those miles. And running any distance, but especially 26.2, you have a lot of time to think. Your thoughts. And sometimes you get inspiration on those miles too of like new ways that you can support the cause but yeah, I think it definitely adds a deeper meaning and a deeper a sense of accomplishment that you're doing something for you and your health, but you're also doing something for others while you're doing it.
And I wonder, do you have a way that you typically, if you're going to dedicate your run or you're going to work with a charity partner, are you thinking about the impact, like a different kid per mile, or is there like a story that you think of, or is it kind of, it's just a part of everything in the experience, or is it like a regimented, I'm going to try to think about this on this mile, that on that mile? What's it been like for you?
I think it can be a mix. I think definitely you recognize that a lived experience with cancer, whether you are experiencing it yourself or someone you love is a difficult journey and a long journey and filled with kind of challenges, both expected and unexpected. And running on a lesser scale is very much the same. So you kind of see those parallels as you're going through it. But I also do love to kind of carry someone in my heart in those miles. In previous runDisney races that I've done, I've seen people with like pictures on their shirt or on their bib, or encouraging people to like sponsor a mile in honor of or in memory of someone. And so then to your point, you get like every mile you're thinking of someone different, someone special. One that I like is they'll have, if the person is still with us, they'll have them kind of suggest a song for your playlist on that mile. And I think especially with CKC, that could be a fun idea, because I think kids are so creative and some of their songs, like they just naturally make you laugh and smile. So that's a fun one that I think I might want to try this year.
Oh, that's cool.
To put it like on.
Like maybe like you donate $5 and you get to sponsor a song. And then have your playlist be like some really fun stuff.
I love that. That's really fun. And that's like another unique way to connect yourself to a child that's being impacted by the work that you're doing.
Absolutely.
It's really neat.
Well, I think what makes it extra special that it's Disney is that it's already a magical, like childlike wonder place, right? So we love that pairing as well. We love that Disney is part of our community. So I think we want to get into a little bit more of like the nitty gritty of runDisney and just, you know, talking. There's some people who this is their first Disney race they signed up for, or they're still thinking about. So overall, what are your favorite things about doing it through runDisney? What makes it extra special and what sets it apart?
Well, you get the opportunity to run through the parks, and just that in general is magical, because like a lot of times you're just running along the road, like you don't have a lot of supporters, you're on your own, especially in training. And runDisney, they do such a great job with having supporters there. The volunteers are incredible, the course entertainment, all of the character stops. It's easy to forget all of the miles that you're having to complete because you're just constantly looking around at all of the amazing things that are within the parks. And my favorite thing for the marathon, at least, is that you get to run through every single park. So you go through Magic Kingdom, you go through Epcot, Hollywood, Animal Kingdom. That's the only race that you get to run through every single park. And I love taking pictures at each of the icons. That's my absolute favorite thing, because there's literally nothing like running through Main Street and having all of these people cheering for you, the castle in the background. It makes you tear up, like thinking about how amazing it is. Like there's just nothing like it.
Yeah. It's just such a fun atmosphere. Like you have so many people who are running in costume. Some of the Disney bounds I've seen are so amazing and creative. And then you've got like the ears and the sparkles, fireworks at the start line. You won't see that in any other race but a runDisney race. But yeah, it is just a really fun, upbeat atmosphere. And it's so accessible to all. You'll have super speedy people in Corral A. You'll have party pace folks like myself who are sort of back of the packers. But a run is a run. Like 26.2 is 26.2 or any other distance, no matter what pace you're going at. Some of us slower folks like to call it party pace. And it's just amazing. It's just a really high energy, childlike wonder kind of experience.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. If we have people listening, what are some of your tips if it's their first time, they're coming out of town, they wanted to do something for CKC and they wanted to run, they don't know what they're getting themselves into a tiny bit. What are some tips you have for them?
Okay, wait. Do you mean for tips for like what?
What mean?
Like
tips for helping their runDisney experience day of be better.
Okay. My suggestion is get there early because they have character stops right when you get there. So they always have 4 characters there. So if you get there early, you're able to get them done ahead of time. You're not all sweaty yet. The lines are usually shorter. So my suggestion, definitely get there early. Depending on for your corral placement as well, if you want to get there early, then you're closer to the front of your corral. So you wait less in the corral. So that's always, I feel like, a good tip.
Yeah, I think that's a great suggestion. And when she says early, she means early. These races, the corrals open around 3 a.m.
Yes.
Your start line goes at 5. So it's already early, but I do agree. Get there early, like enjoy the experience. There's a DJ going.
DJs are great.
Yeah, dance parties.
Yes.
It's amazing. And I would say too, you're going to revisit your childhood bedtime. Like that night before,
Yes.
you should be going to bed at like 9 o'clock at the latest.
Yeah, latest,
particularly for those longer distance races. So embrace it.
Yeah.
I know, but how are you going? I don't know that I could fall asleep with all that just anticipation.
Yeah, aren't you
I
excited
don't know
the night
about you,
before?
but for Dopey, like having to wake up at like 2 a.m. 4 days in a row, I feel like the first 2 days I probably did not sleep because I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
But by the night of the marathon, that's like the only night that I get like 6 hours of sleep maybe because at that point I'm just exhausted.
Yeah.
But before that, I feel like you're just running on like energy, caffeine, excitement.
Yeah. The adrenaline and the Joffreys will carry you.
Yes, exactly.
So maybe for our listeners who might not know exactly what you're saying when we're talking about the Dopey race or the Goofy race, can you explain what that means and why you are so tired by day 4?
Yeah, you got to do it because we've got these
got the
ears
ears.
on.
Yeah.
So what is the Dopey?
Sure. So I did my first Dopey last year. Dopey is doing all 4 distances at marathon weekend. So the 5K on Thursday, 10K on Friday, half marathon Saturday, full marathon Sunday. So you're doing all 4 of those distances together for a whopping total of 48.6 miles. Wow. But it is certainly a challenge, but it is so much fun. I really can't recommend it enough. The training is important. Like you got to put in the work and the time to be able to manage a physical challenge like that. But it is just an incredible, and the feeling when you get to the end is amazing. And then Goofy is doing the half marathon and the full marathon back to back.
Wow.
So the 2 hardest.
Yeah, two longest.
Yeah.
Two hardest. Yeah. And the first time I ever heard that, I'm not going to lie, I thought, number one, Dopey is aptly named.
Yes.
But to me, it was like, they don't start with like the half on the first day and then give you breaks with like the shorter races.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's, I mean, you guys are runners, so I don't know if that's worse, right? Is it better to start with the shortest races?
Should we have notes on the logistics of Disney World?
As a person, I'm just trying to understand it as a person who is clearly sub-party like track. I'm not even up with the party club. So
I feel like that's what makes it harder though, is like you start with the 5K, increase to the 10K. Like by the time you get to the marathon, like, yeah, you are tired, but like there's just no better feeling.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible.
Yeah.
by the time you get to the third race, though, I feel like you're like, well, I already did the first 2.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I feel like with Goofy. It's like, okay, well, I'm doing the 2 hardest, but like, what's another 5K or 10K? Like, you know, you might as well. It's only another 9 miles.
That's sound
to your
logic.
weekend.
Yeah. That's runner math.
Runner math is such a thing. And sometimes in the same race, you'll go from like, oh, I've already made it halfway like yesterday. I can totally do this, to like, oh my gosh, I just finished this and now I have to do double that tomorrow and then double that tomorrow. So it can definitely
shift in your mindset is crazy.
Am I right remembering that you're both doing Dopey in January? Is that?
Are you doing Dopey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So liked it enough to do it again.
Liked it enough to do it again.
Is this
Absolutely.
your second?
It is. And
It
it's
is
so
my
funny
second
because all of my friends are teasing me because at the end of the first one, I was like, nope,
I'm never doing that again.
I said I was one and done too, but
Listen.
really it's because of CKC that I am doing Dopey again, because I was like, if I'm going to do a charity bib with CKC, I'm going to try and raise the most amount of money. So
thank you.
yes.
So sweet.
But I did the same, one and done.
Yeah.
And my husband definitely knew that I was not one.
Yeah.
He's a trooper.
Yeah.
There's no bigger liar than a runner at the end of a marathon,
Yeah,
or like
so
a big
true.
long race, right? Because they're like, I that's all I hear. I'm never doing that again. And then like give them 36 hours,
Yes.
and they're like, well, I really should start training for this next one.
After my first Disney marathon, like I was dead, like running to that finish line. Like I feel like mile 19, I was like, why am I here? What am I doing?
Yeah.
But I crossed that finish line and I was like, I'm doing Dopey. Like I
Mhm.
knew
Mhm.
right away that I wanted
Yeah.
to do it. And the next year I did do it.
That's
So
amazing.
I love it.
We're in awe,
Yeah.
absolute awe.
We're still like, maybe I could do a 5K.
I was going to say, we're going to get you both out there
Yeah.
eventually. I just know it.
What we do, my tip, this is my runner tip.
Your runner tip.
This
Tell
is my
me.
tip from talking to all the Run Disney runners who have been signing up, which is if you're nervous and you haven't done this before, but you've done some races, the 10K is a great place to go in. That it's the best course. You can still walk, run part of it.
Yes.
You can train that. So that's your entry point if you're wanting to do it. And you're agreeing. So
yeah, no, I agree. The 10K is a sweet spot.
yeah.
You get to run Epcot still. You get to run the boardwalk. It's still a challenge.
Yeah.
It's a great entry point. I feel like the 10K is.
And then at the end of your 10K, you can say, I'm going to do the Dopey.
I'm going to do the Dopey
Yes.
next.
You can just level up for CKC
Exactly.
year after year.
I think we can close out with, let's just say it's not even just your first Run Disney. It's like I'm a new runner. Like, let's say I was doing this 5 or 10K or marathon. I'm scared. It's an official race. What would you suggest to help me get through it? What are your tips for new runners?
Definitely training, whether it's a 5K or a marathon. Like for me, what's very helpful is I create a calendar so I know exactly what every week holds, and it holds me accountable. Then I have space on my calendar to know what my bandwidth is for other things, but definitely have a training plan and be consistent, because that's definitely going to get you to the finish line is being consistent.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about you, but I would say too, start line nerves are normal.
Completely normal.
No matter how many races you've done.
Always
Yeah.
nervous. No matter if it's a 5K or a marathon, I am always nervous at a start line. Because
Yeah.
you don't know what the race holds for you.
Yeah.
Mm.
You have no idea how you're going to feel, what the weather's going to be like.
Yes.
Those sort of butterflies are just like part of it. So embrace it. That said, you can do things to prepare. Training is a great advice. I would say hydrate, especially for Florida races. We've had hot marathon weekends and cold marathon weekends. Hydration is important either way. And that's like pre-hydration as well. So the day before, week before. And then I would say just go into it being willing to adjust your plan. So go in with a plan, but if you need to take some more run walk intervals than you thought, do that. If you want to buddy up, I've made friends on the course with complete strangers. And I think the Run Disney races in particular are good opportunities to do that. So I would say that's kind of my best advice is just be open, be flexible, and know that you're going to get there and it's going to feel amazing. If you're doing one of the longer distances, particularly a Goofy or a Dopey, I would recommend getting a massage between the half and the full. That was advice that someone gave me, and I tried it last year, and it really did help me feel better going into that full.
That is good advice.
There's massages involved.
Okay. What if you just want to sign up for the massage? Is that an
There
option?
are many places in
Yes,
Orlando
that
to
is
do
No
that.
definitely an
medals, though.
option.
No medals. No amazing ears, but
Yes.
still.
I think do the part that speaks to you. Well, the reason CKC invests in innovative research, the reason all of these crazy people are running all of these crazy miles who we love and are impressed by is to make life and treatments for children easier on them and their families during their fight. If you want to see if we have any remaining race bibs for 2026, or you want to get on our information list for the next time we go on sale with runDisney, which will be in spring, you can go to cannonballkidscancer.org and fill out the interest form.
That's right. And we want to thank you for listening to Game Over Cancer. And we want you to share this episode with any of your running friends. And as you can tell, we started a little bit with, what does it look like for someone who's a seasoned runner, but we also covered some things for new runners too. Mm-hmm. So we feel like this is going to be a great episode for any of your running friends or just interested in running
curious.
As well. Yeah. Running curious. Are they running curious?
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you for joining us. Until next time, I'm Dana Nichols.
I'm Val Solomon.
And we will see you later.
Join us as we transform fear into courage and turn adversity into opportunities for change.
If you want to be involved in the conversations that create change in the world of pediatric cancer, take a moment, share, like, and subscribe.